been a minute. It's been a long time since I've been out here in the surf. A lot of storms, a lot of bad weather. So I've just been putting it off, but nice day. Finally made it out. High tide right now. Water looks good, looks fishy. And we're trying some new tackle. So we're gonna do a little review, preview sort of deal with this. Been using these setups for a while, or at least the reel I've had for like a year now. Rod's been a couple months. Got a decent idea of what it can do. Starting out with a little 1/2 ounce crocodile spoon. Water's kind of murky, so I figured that flash might be something decent. It's not very big, not very heavy. There's a little bit of wind, but with this setup I'm actually able to fish it pretty well, so I'll talk about that. But yeah, we're just gonna work our way up the beach here. Fish this spoon for a little bit. If that doesn't get anything, I'm gonna switch over to a little plug. Just lures today, no Carolina rigs and bait and any of that stuff. This rod is a lure rod. Nothing on the spoon, so we're gonna switch it up to the champ out here in the surf. This is what I'm gonna go with. This is my favorite color, Lucky Craft. Anchovy Venus. And I just put some brand new Kamikazes on there, so this thing's ready to go. Talk about the rod, what I'm throwing it on. It's a new rod, just came out a couple months ago. It's an Okuma Rockaway SP. This is the medium light or light, let me check. Yeah, this is the medium light action. And it's rated to throw a maximum of 1/2 ounce, which is like nothing. I'd say it can throw 3/4 of an ounce pretty well. It throws this Lucky Craft Perfect, which is just over an ounce. And yeah, this is just a super light rod, super light action, really fun to get the little perch and little fish on. And it just casts these Lucky Crafts really well. It's got a slower action than a lot of rods. The rod only weighs 4 ounces, so it's really, really nice to fish with all day long. It's just really ergonomic too. It's got this sort of really lightweight compact handle, EVA foam, but split grit rod. It's 8.5 feet long, and it is a 2-piece, but it doesn't feel like a 2-piece. The way they've done it's really nice. It's got Fuji guides, got the sort of K-frame guides on it. Single foot, they're not double-footed guides, but still nice guides. I think they did that just to keep the weight down. The main thing is it's only $99. It's really cheap. I was looking at the Phoenix Trifecta Lite, which pretty much has all the features of this thing. And I just stumbled upon it. It had just come out a couple days before, and I just went ahead and bought it. 4 ounce rod. That's like nothing. And of course, if you're gonna go out and use a really light rod like this, you've got to put a light reel on it. So I have my Saltist back bay on there. I bought this thing as like a surf reel because it says it's a 4000, so I was thinking to put it on my my heavier 9-foot Lama glass, but it's just super tiny. It's like in between a 3000 and a 2500. It's a really small reel. It only weighs about 10 ounces, so it's pretty light. It doesn't have a very good line capacity either. So I put 15-pound suffix on there, which is like a pair. It's super light, thin, casts really well. I think if you're gonna go for like casting line, suffix is the way to go. It just casts better than all the other ones out there. And yeah, this reel's been doing really good. Really good for this lighter stuff. If you're looking at it for like a heavier surf reel, it says it's a 4000, so that's what you think. I would not get it for that. If you want it for like a light inshore setup, or even a bass reel, like for freshwater, they make a 3000 that would be perfect for that. This thing is the smoothest reel I have owned. It's just super smooth. Part of that's because of the lower gear ratio. It does have a pretty low gear ratio. That was one of the reasons I didn't love it so much for like a plug rod for my bigger surf rod. It just wasn't bringing in enough line. But for the Lucky Crafts and the lighter stuff, it's perfect. You want to work your Lucky Craft slow anyways, so it's nice for that. Like I said, really smooth. It's got a nice drag. The only thing I can say about the drag is the clicker's terrible. You can't even hear it on camera. Like, it doesn't sound like anything. I don't know why Daiwa's going towards these cheaper sounding drag clickers. They do not sound good. The line roller bearing tends to get kind of corroded a lot more than any other reel I've ever used. I'm not sure if they use a bearing or a bushing. I think it's a bearing because it gets wet and then it starts making noise. And it can be pretty annoying. But other than that, it's had no issues with salt water. Feels just the same as the day I got it out of the box. And yeah, nice reel. For 200 bucks, I think I might recommend the Spheros over it, which is a little bit more cheap. I think that reel is like 140 bucks. The Shimano Spheros is by far my favorite reel in that price range. You're not going to get anything close to it. It's basically a Stratic with one less, the old Stratic. It's the Stratic FK with a carbon drag and a bushing in the side plate. So for 140 bucks, you can't go wrong with that reel. If you want something that's a little bit more all-round, go with the Stratic. I mean go with the Spheros 4000 with like 20-pound braid on there. But if you really want to be specific with like lighter, more finesse style surf fishing or inshore fishing, this one will do the trick. It's nice. It's nicer to fish with. Okay, gotten desperate. Found a sand crab. Took one of the hooks I had off of my lures. It's the only real hook I have. It's not a treble hook. Lifted on the clip so it has a little bit extra weight. And that's it. I don't have any weights or anything. It's just gonna be free lining a sand crab out there. We'll see. This rod can't cast it because it's so light. Well, I gave it a try, but no fish. Still, this reel, great reel for the price if you want something a little bit more finesse oriented. And then this rod is amazing. For $100, I don't think there's anything close to it. Highly recommend it. They make a little bit heavier action. I think it's a medium, rated for like 3/4. So if you're thinking about throwing anything a little bit heavier than like 3/4 of an ounce, go with the other rod. But this thing's great. 4 ounces, feels like you have nothing in your hand. Casts great. Highly recommend it. I'm gonna leave the links to all this stuff in the description if you wanna check it out. But yeah, see if we can get some fish. Just waiting on that spring season to start. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, catch you guys later.